Hi and welcome to Project for Awesome 2010. This is the first time I've actually participated in the project, and if you don't know what it is, you should look down below. But in short, Project for Awesome is put on by nerdfighters everywhere across the globe once a year to help promote charities and just generally be awesome. I have a question for you. Are you a nerd? Did you answer yes? Well, chances are, if you did, you love books. And if you love books, I know the perfect charity for you. The MS Society does something once a year which is called the MS Read-A-Thon in Australia. And basically what you do is read books for 30 days. It takes place in June, July and August of every year. You get to choose any 30 days out of those 3 months. If you want, you can read for longer. And throughout the month you raise money for the MS Society. What the MS Society does is provides care to the 18,000 or so Australians out there living with multiple sclerosis. One of those people living with multiple sclerosis happens to be my uncle, who was only recently diagnosed. So what happens if you have multiple sclerosis is basically your central nervous system is randomly attacked. In extreme cases, it can lead to partial or complete paralysis. MS, in its current form, is an uncurable disease. For an idea of figures, multiple sclerosis costs Australians $2 billion a year. And this isn't just old people we're talking about here. The average age of diagnosis for multiple sclerosis is 30 years of age. And of the 18,000 Australians out there, 80% of them lost their jobs after 10 years of being diagnosed. And not only are they losing income, but they've also got added medical bills. This is where the MS Society pops in. They give their services to people living with multiple sclerosis in the forms of physiotherapy or specialised nurse care, as well as helping to pay for research into the disease to find out if there is a cure. But that's enough about the actual foundation. You're probably wondering what this MS Read-A-Thon does. When I was a kid, one of my teachers had multiple sclerosis, and what she did was introduce the MS Read-A-Thon to our school. Me, being a massive nerd, was instantly interested in what exactly this Read-A-Thon was. So the Read-A-Thon came and provided us all with booklets and information, and all we had to do was read books and gather sponsors, and you could do all sorts of things. You can do bake sales or, I don't know, garage sales and earn money in other forms. Then at the end of your 30 days, you just bundle up all your money and send it off to the Read-A-Thon. And in the case of the kids, they often did little prizes. So like if you raised $50, they'd give you like a beach ball that you could blow up and play with that said MS Read-A-Thon. It was really cool. And it wasn't just kids that participated, adults could too. And since the 90s, they've actually developed a new challenge for adults to do when they apply. So you can pick a certain book list and then try and get through as much of the list as possible, and it's got all sorts of different ones like classic books or Australian authors, or the list where it's just the moderators and they've all just picked their favourite books. It's really quite cool. And to boot, if you're one of the adults, you may read a book that you never would have read before. Obviously it's December, so the time for the MS Read-A-Thon 2010 has passed. But the aim for the P4A is to provide as much information to the people out there as possible on diverse amounts of charities. So that is the reason for my doing this. Hopefully come June, July, August next year, you may just remember this video and you may just think to yourself, can I do the challenge of reading books for multiple sclerosis awareness? I think that answer is yes, you can. This is Claire signing off for P4A 2010.